Hey, wrestling friends and family. On today's show, we are discussing all things from the last week. And sweet Jesus, we've got a lot to cover. So we're going to get to it pretty quickly. We got AEW, the footage. What a shit show Dynamite was. And we've also got that little thing called WrestleMania. So let's get to it. I'm JB. Next to me is the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts. He's a little under the weather this week. Mr.
Yep.
Chris Dredd. What's going on, bro?
Bro, I'm just trying to kick this good old British cold. You know how it go. Instead of taking those cold and flu remedies that have caffeine in them, you can get yourself a nice Rafe, pop a couple of paracetamol, get yourself some Rafe.
Can indeed.
Mm. Yeah, and that'll give you a little kick up the arse. So, crack on. Is man rocking a straw in that? Yeah. You got one of them metal ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I need to get one of them. But yeah,
I noticed it from the last episode. I'm picking it up, big old drink, like,
Yeah.
just stick a straw in it and it's fine.
I think that's the way forward, my friend. That is the way forward. So, yeah, what a week it's been, man. I mean, I'm all caught up with WrestleMania, caught up with everything that's going on online. I, as you did, stayed up last night to watch Dynamite. Was a fucking mistake, really. Like, there's
a lot of regret, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I did say to you online that there's no way they're going to show that footage because it's not going to help them in any way if they do. And they did show the footage and it hasn't helped them in any way. So I don't, we'll get to that. But I mean, it's just fucking carnage, bro. Like this whole, fucking hell. Wah, wee, wah.
So let's address that giant fucking elephant in the room. It is AEW. It is releasing the footage from All In. It is an awful state of affairs that we have got to this point. CM Punk did go on Ariel Helwani's MMA hour. I believe it was 4 hours long, but we'll get to that bit.
Yeah.
And he spoke his truths, I guess. And he said what he said. He said his version of events, what happened at All In the essentially his gorilla position, right?
Essentially, yeah.
He says he can't let someone get too close, a la Chael Sonnen and Vanderlei Silva. That happened on Ultimate Fighter series. Yeah.
Yep.
If you haven't seen it, look that up because Vanderlei is shouting at Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen is saying you can't let you get too close. I get it. I totally get it. And in the end, they do have a little mini rumble on that show. The footage that was shown has Jack Perry and CM Punk very close to each other. And here's where the arguments start to come in. Like, Jack Perry's not being aggressive. How do you know that? Oh, he put his hand up to stroke his hair. Like, how do you know that he's not doing that as a move to get his hand up?
But how do you know he's not calling him a cunt while he's doing it? Fuck off, you cunt.
Why was there not someone in Gorilla, a fucking security team member, help, or even one of the tough bastards from the wrestling crew? We sit them in Gorilla, sit them there so they can be a part of that whole mess.
I mean, but it could have been avoided. We were told. There's a lot of dickheads online saying, "Oh, Punk's lied. No, he hasn't. He specifically said, and I listened to that Ariel Helwani interview. I listened to all of it, right? Basically, Punk spelt it out from beginning to end. He said, I went to Tony and I told him, can you please handle this? Because if you don't handle this, then I'm going to handle it and you're not going to like how I handle it, right? This is after Jack Perry's been cussing everyone out, saying do you get what I mean? So this is not the full story. This a lot has happened before this that Punk said has happened. Tony Khan could have stopped this by handling it, by telling Jack Perry, no, you're not doing that, bro. You're not doing it. And Punk said, if you don't handle it, Tony, I'm gonna go and handle it. And you're not going to like it. So then Tony's gone, I'm not handling it.
This is all on the management. The management did not have the balls. And yeah, we have our whole episode,
Yep.
even the name of it. And you remember the name of it, Chris?
It is. It's Tony Khan is a pussy hole.
There you go. Because he could not handle it. He couldn't. He's too busy telling the world, or the 900,000 that were watching, that he was afraid for his life. And that footage, no matter how people want to spin it or argue it, CM Punk, apart from Tony scrambling to get a monitor off that's fallen over. I'm sorry, but if CM Punk's shouting at him, he's not in fear of his life.
No.
He's got Chris Hero there. He's twice the size of anyone at the minute. Jerry Lynn was there, I think, as well. I'm not having it for a second that he's in fear of his life because CM Punk is shouting at him. Let's be reasonable. Let's be realistic. That footage being played was a complete mistake.
Absolutely. Absolutely punched himself in the dick with that.
Yeah.
There was no need to show it. I mean, I'm still trying to work out, and apparently there is, again, some people chirping online with different sort of versions of who actually wanted to air the footage. And was it the Young Bucks? Was it Tony Khan? Who was it that actually wanted to air it? Because apparently, some people are saying the Bucks didn't want to air it. It literally.
Yeah, there's conflicting reports on that already. Of course there is. Everyone wants to be right in their own, media shitstorm. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna give someone a shout out who we would never shout out, and that's JD. JD has been online this past couple of days, and he has called it like it is. And
Yep.
I've everyone gets a fair shake with us, everyone, and that is something. He said they've shit the bed,
Yep.
and certain media outlets do not want to say a bad word about AEW because they will lose their access, and that's not journalism, and that's not news. That's fluff,
I mean,
fluffing, if you will.
it is fluffing. We were online the moment it aired, right? And we were putting stuff. And as soon as it's like I was watching it and you were watching it, and we've both got access to the Twitter. And as soon as it cut back to Tony Schiavone looking like he looked, I thought,
We knew.
he is fucking embarrassed, man. And then you tweeted that, and then I tweeted something else agreeing with you. Tony Schiavone looked absolutely like he wanted to distance himself from this whole shit because, it doesn't.
I mean, let's face it, Shivani looked embarrassed. Excalibur's so ashamed he doesn't even want to show his face. He doesn't want his family to know he's there.
That's right.
And Taz is Taz. Taz don't care.
That's right.
But I'll be honest, the whole show, the show I saw, I gave up at about 2:30.
Did you see the snogging? Was that
No,
snogging?
I missed that. No. Yeah, I heard again, it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
It's a small distraction of what was a really shit show.
Oh, it was. I mean, the Edge match, Copeland match was.
I'm not having it. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. I thought it was.
Penta is fine in a tag team. I do not see it as see him as a singles wrestler. The crowd was dead. No one was into it. Yeah, they get to see a star in Copeland, but I don't think Penta has any sort of it factor. It's a great look, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Fine. But
it weren't a great match.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that match. But the FTR promo after they showed the footage was dead as well. It was so like someone else said it described it in this way as well online. And as soon as when I was watching it, I was like, this is so hollow. Like they're sort of like just going through the motions. It's weird because they are friends with Punk. You know what I mean? And it's like, even they've got to be looking at it as well and going, fucking hell, why would they do that? Like, why are they putting us in this position? Like, they've took a massive doo-doo on Perry.
Well, Perry looks like shit. And I said, Bill Watts would have fired him.
Yeah, because he
lost the fight.
And how is he going to come back with any sort of legitimate sort of
way? There's one way. Chicken shit heel. The biggest chicken shit you've ever seen.
Yeah.
The biggest cheater, coward, all of that stuff. That's the only way he's getting back in. No one will take him seriously otherwise. I don't care what, you know, 3,000 people think in the hillbilly arena in the middle of nowhere. He's a chicken shit heel, and that's the only way to play it for him to rebuild himself. And even then, it's gonna be difficult.
Oh, it'd be tough. But apparently he's a bit
Should
of a
have
prick, though.
should have never turned him heel in the first place.
But this is a thing. It's like we hear reports of not just
It's
from
them.
this.
It's them Southern California boys.
Yeah.
They're all pals together, all friends wrestling, all of that business. Inmates as such, them, the Bucks, whoever else.
Yeah.
What's the other tit with the camera? I can't remember
Uh,
his name now.
yeah, I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
he's a fucking nobody. He teams up with the other nobody, Colt Cabana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, what a mess. And the whole show, like we said, Okada looked bored
Yeah.
in his squash match.
Yeah.
Looked absolutely bored stiff.
Well, the second squash match, the first one was CM Punk and Jack Perry.
Yeah. I see someone put that on the results list. Yeah,
Yeah, Forbes.
CM Punk
Fucking
beat
trolling.
Jack Perry, yeah. And what else was there? Yeah, there was the six man. Sweet God, I mean, we went from the week before where you had Jay White and Billy Gunn in an atrocious piece of shit,
Yeah.
awful match. They stick on this six man with Hook, Shibata, and everybody's favorite Chris Jericho
Oh.
against Shane Taylor, someone else, and Anthony Ogogo. I feel for Ogogo in this because he's been lumped into another group. How long is it going to last? I don't know. But even then, Shibata doesn't really sell that much. The guy who was locking up with Jericho didn't sell. I can't even remember his name now. I'm really sorry, but
No, I know.
escaped me
Yeah,
for a minute.
none of them sell.
They literally just got a lion shot. Jericho hit a lion shot, and the guy just got up. I'm like, oh no, I can't watch this crap.
Fucking yeah, I fell asleep, mate.
The only thing that I found interesting in the whole hour and a half that I watched was the vignette with Julia Hart.
Okay.
The vignette where she's, talking how the house always wins and that. It was good. It was really well produced. I quite enjoyed that. I thought, okay, that's not bad. What's next? And it's like, more shit.
Well, it's all right. We've got Julia Hart and someone versus Edge and Willow Nightingale next week.
That's right. Yeah.
You excited?
No, I probably won't watch it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm amazed this many people watch it.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on quickly. Like the Osprey interview, talking about the grind, grinding on the boss's daughter.
It's old, bruv.
It is old.
So old.
It's old. It's not very good, and I do not see. Does Will Ospreay have good matches? Of course he does, but I do not see where they are getting this. He's a star from. I really don't. His promos are pretty crap.
I mean,
is his gimmick that is that he's British?
That's our
his promos are different. Yeah, he says bruv.
Yeah.
Like, he's been given this title as one of the best wrestlers in the world because of one man whose opinion I don't respect. So how am I gonna? I'm not falling for it.
But the thing is as well, Triple H wasn't wrong in what he was saying. And before even this came up, and before Triple H even said this, we've said this on the show that Will Ospreay, if he wanted to become a household name, he would have had to have gone to WWE and ground it out and put in the work. But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to go somewhere where he would wrestle less, make more money, and be seen by less people. That's the choice he made. So how did he take offense to Triple H basically just saying the truth, basically saying, look, he didn't want to grind. He wanted to take the easy way out, which is exactly what he's done. How is he wrong? Tell me when I'm telling lies. Do you know what I mean? He ain't wrong though, is he?
No, I'm so done with, they're taking shots. They're taking shots. Like AEW took shots for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
WWE spent a weekend taking the pot shots too. WrestleMania weekend was was a lot of fun for them. They got to let loose, say what they wanted to say in some cases.
But
CM
people
Punk had his
forget,
big interview, yeah.
yeah, but people forget that WWE allowed Chris Jericho on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast on the network and speaking about AEW openly,
Yeah.
freely, without
I think
restraint.
those friendly sort of overtures are finished.
Of course,
Yeah, there will
but
be
it's
no more. Yeah,
yeah, it's not necessarily WWE's fault. I don't think. I think the WWE initially just thought I don't give a fuck about them. We're doing what we do. CM Punk has again in that interview come out and said what we do in here and what they're doing there is two completely different things. And we have said this how many times on the podcast with multiple guests, with multiple episodes that AEW doesn't care about making money, being profitable. That's not the aim. It is AEW, and again, CM Punk said this almost word for word what we've said it. AEW will be around as long as Tony Khan is around pumping money into it.
yeah.
That is it.
For as long as he wants to or can pump
Yeah.
money into it,
Yeah.
that's what will
It will
happen.
be absolutely.
So
And we've said this multiple times. We've echoed that sentiment way before CM Punk. What we said it even when CM Punk was in AEW. We said that they're not running it to make money. If they
no,
were
it's
running it
not
to
it's
make
not a business, and
no,
CM Punk said that. Yeah,
and we said that while CM Punk was still at AEW. We've said if it was a business and they're looking to make money and do storylines, they'd have the Bucks and Kenny Omega versus FTR and CM Punk. We said this months and months and
well,
months ago.
now they're sticking CM Punk's CCTV footage on their show to try and get a bump in a rating.
I mean, it is a sad state of affairs where to jump and piggyback, basically what they're doing is piggybacking off the CM Punk interview and still using
Yeah,
his name and likeness to try and get views on their product, which is fucking.
the ratings are in
Are they in, bro? Yes, we've been waiting before we went on.
819,000.
Overall, high.
That's the I guess that's their viewing average. 819,000, which is obviously up from last week. I don't think it's the big win that they thought it was going to be.
Of
We
course
did
not.
mention that we talked about this last night. We said in our messages that I was expecting maybe more, but when the product just isn't that good, this will be it. This will be a if this will be the bump from showing the footage. Next week they've already announced Castagnoli and Osprey.
Yeah.
Couldn't give a fuck.
Oh, two of the best wrestlers in the world, bro. It says it already on their thing.
Yeah.
Two of the best in the world.
Two of the best in the world. Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to see how it does in the quarterly ratings and how it goes up and down. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's a great lead in with the Big Bang Theory. We always make the jokes. It always starts at around about a million, maybe just shy of a million,
Right.
and then it loses 200 odd viewers, like 200 odd thousand viewers in in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I think last night I said to you 950, didn't
Yeah,
I?
you said around 9. Yeah. You said it wouldn't hit a million.
This also says to me that internet wrestling is dead. No one cares about what the internet fans are interested in. It doesn't pull in 3 million viewers like the first hour of Raw does on
No.
Monday night.
No.
And it's more than 3 million. I'm selling it short. It was what, 3.2
Yeah.
for 45 minutes of talking. And I get it. It's a celebration of Cody winning the title and The Rock laying the foundation for possibly WrestleMania 41. I don't know. But when you have a story which is compelling enough, I know people were soured on it eventually, but it was compelling enough to get Cody through to a second WrestleMania main event, all that stuff. And then you get one of the biggest quarter hours or whatever,
Yeah.
in a long time. It's night and fucking day.
That is the phrase, bro. It's absolutely night and day. The two products are completely different, created with two completely different ideas in mind, building for two completely different ideals, basically. WWE no matter how many stars you think AEW is signing, the star power that WWE has, you can't. We had the Undertaker, we had The Rock. We've been spoiled this
Yeah.
WrestleMania, really. I mean, there was a poll in a WhatsApp group that we are members of, talking about, was this the greatest WrestleMania of all time? I'm sure you could argue that. I'm sure you could argue it. I don't necessarily think it was. I still am in love with WrestleMania 19. I still think that was one of the goats. You had, Lesnar Angle. You had Vince McMahon, Hulk Hogan. You had Heartbreak Kid and Chris Jericho. You had some fucking amazing matches on WrestleMania 19. For me, it takes a lot to beat that, but a lot of that's nostalgia. But when you've got Angle, Lesnar, fucking Jericho, fucking Heartbreak
We'll
Kid.
we'll complete the last word on AEW for now. Mercedes, the CEO, apparently isn't even cleared to wrestle.
Is she not?
No, apparently she's not going to be cleared until, was it Double or Nothing?
Well, but is this kayfabe or is this
No, genuine. Like she's not really cleared to wrestle. Like she hasn't wrestled in how long? Like, and they did an angle last night where she got attacked. So
right?
yeah. So it's obvious they're nursing it to Double or Nothing, and she's not technically fit to wrestle. So I don't know, man. Like I think I got a funny feeling that the signing of Mercedes could be one of the biggest shit the bed moments for
Yeah,
AEW.
yeah,
I really do. And I don't mind Mercedes slash Sasha, whatever you want to call her, as a as a wrestler, as a superstar, whatever you want to call her. Like, I think she's quite good, but I don't think, it generates the hype that some people thought it was gonna.
we were in agreement. I like Sasha Banks. I thought, for career wise, I thought she shit the bed going to AEW. Monetarily, she's probably laughing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Monetarily, she's
Same,
probably
same
got
with
quite.
Okada.
Yeah, exactly. They're laughing, but career wise, when you see what Bailey and that are doing on the other, and things that are happening on the other show, I think she shit the bed because she could have quite easily been involved in WrestleMania 40. They could have absolutely made a story arc where she
So,
shows up
so
there.
could so could Moxley, but we'll get to that.
They didn't even want him, bruv. They didn't even want him. But yeah,
Yeah. I mean, is there any point in talking about completing the Chronicle or finishing the Fable?
mate.
Dustin Rhodes, and I'm going to go off on this one quickly.
Yeah,
Dustin Rhodes asking for a title match. AEW sort of saying Dustin's got a title match, but then carefully putting in there it's an eliminator. My biggest bug in all of this, you don't wrestle the champion in a fucking eliminator. The champions do not wrestle in eliminators. Boxers don't fight in eliminators if they're already a champion. They fight in an eliminator to fight for the championship, to fight the champion. That is not how that works.
yeah, but they do it all
If
the
anything,
time.
Dustin should have fought Swerve, and they should have done it that way, but they didn't. So they look ridiculous. I can't get my head around how fucking thick they are when it comes to these things.
Bad booking. They don't get it. It's not the first time they've had the champion in an eliminator tournament.
It's so dumb.
It's fucking dumb. And how, I mean, how are you going to have WrestleMania with the Samoan dynasty of the bloodline going up against Cody Rhodes and then have Samoa Joe versus Dustin Rhodes?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on. You're like,
We said, like, if you had your fill of Samoans against Rhodes members, like, if the answer's hell no, then this is the night for you. Like, let's get to it. Oh man, what a
and I
fucking
like Dustin. I
I like
like
Samoa
him. I
Joe,
like
yeah.
Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was one of my favorites. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. I love Goldust. I love Dustin. AEW just they shit the bed, dude,
It's a
all the
mess.
time.
It's a proper mess.
Yeah,
It needs a good sorting out. I know, there's Tony at the top, and then there's Will Washington, who Everyone was praising that stopped. Like there's little to no more praise for him. Talking, of no praise. I know that the two guys, the boys who got let go, the boys.
Yeah,
That was their gimmick or whatever. Talking about Pat Buck, and we know about Pat Buck, don't we? We know that it's been mentioned on this show that he's a piece of shit. So
yeah, he has been mentioned. Yeah,
yeah, it it starts at the top, and if all those pieces of the puzzle aren't in place, you are going to get nothing but garbage all the way down. It was a mistake to put on that footage. It's only made Jack Perry come out looking like the worst person.
hasn't done him any favors at
None,
all.
none. Yeah, should we move on to something else?
Yes, please,
Yeah.
let's. Like I say, I'm already feeling ill as it is, and the more I talk about AEW, I just feel more nauseous because it's like we have ad nauseum spoke about how AEW is just declining in quality, in class. You know, they've just got no fucking class, bro. Like, he might be a billionaire, but he's got no fucking class, Tony Khan. Twat.
Let's talk about WrestleMania. The WrestleMania weekend was a very successful one. Of course it was. I think that it was over 200,000 fans attending the whole thing from start to finish, which is something that AEW fans seem to take offense to. Oh, they were talking about 200,000 fans just so they could, make All In seem smaller and this, that, and the other. Like at the moment, set All In aside, has AEW in the last 5, 6 weeks pulled in 30,000 combined in their shows? I don't know the answer to it. The answer is probably not.
Right,
No, they can't fill arenas anywhere they go.
right.
WWE is selling out constantly. It's so sad to see, especially like these weird cult diehard fans, like on the outside screaming in, "We're better, we're better, we're better than you!" Like, and people just walking in and go, "No, we're just having a good time, mate."
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, like, yeah, very sad stuff. WrestleMania, I enjoyed a lot of it. Of course, it's WrestleMania. You're going to put on some of the best stuff they can. Rhea and Becky was good. I didn't like the Usos match. I mentioned that on the night itself. I thought all the super kicks. I thought to retire the fucking super kick. The match it didn't go down well. I know like the fans were struggling towards like the end because it was getting cold.
Yeah,
Like so, that's what happens. You run in Philadelphia in early April.
yeah, that's right.
You've got that chance. The ladder match was, we spoke about the ladder match, remember, in the car,
Yeah.
and like how it could be a clusterfuck. It didn't feel as much of a clusterfuck as I thought it was going to be.
I actually really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the fact that of who won it and how it was done. So it's you know we've got Waller and Theory, we've got Miz and Ron Killings. R Truth. I still call him Ron Killings, man.
Former NWA champion, of course
You
he
know what I'm
is.
saying? I liked how it was done. I liked it. It's a ladder match with a load of people. It could quite easily go south and not be very good. But
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I like the fact that we've got those heel champions as well that are good on the mic and are good at annoying people.
very, very good. Yeah.
I like their tweet. I liked Waller's tweet about the footage of them beating up the whole roster. So yeah, it's
But
I
then
enjoyed that.
and D-Jack put was the real glass though.
Yeah, no, he said no. I can attest to this. There was real glass everywhere. So yeah, everyone's getting involved, which is good. It's fun. Day two was better, obviously.
Day two was better. There was a couple of things about day one. The ladder match in particular. Uh, one of the referees was shouting at Priest because the ladder was broken
Yeah,
and said, "No, get it out. You can't use it."
yeah,
And they made sure that he got rid of that ladder and had to set up another one. Like simple things,
yeah,
And the other one was AEW fans complaining that the ladder that Waller went through, it was painted and it was a wooden ladder, not a metal one. Why the fuck would it be a metal one if he was going through it? are you really that fucking stupid?
Well, no, it's because they want people to really hurt themselves because that means
Yeah.
they're better wrestlers, doesn't it? If
Oh,
you're really hurting each other, that means you're better wrestlers because that's what happens in AEW. They get hurt all the time and they're better wrestlers. Like Edge said, this is where all the best wrestlers are. Even he didn't
I
even
reckon they'd
believe that
give
crock
that
of shit.
Wheeler Yuta lookalike 5 stars if they could. You're the one that just hurts himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'd probably give him 5 stars if they could. Like, fuck's sake.
unbelievable, bruv. You know, it's sad, really.
Did you enjoy Jade Cargill and Co on night one?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I
Yeah.
mean, what more do you fucking expect? You know, and people are expecting Jay Cargill to have like hour-long Iron Man matches. No. Do you get what I mean? They're booking her as a fucking powerhouse. She's going to be going through, running through people. What do you fucking expect? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Night two, yeah, night two was good, man. Like it was a, I really enjoyed night two. It had some excellent matches as well. I really enjoyed LA Knight and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the match I was probably least looking forward to.
Yeah, to be honest, I forgot it was even on there. And then when the video package come up, I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
yeah, sweet.
Also, we've got to shout out Snoop on commentary
Yes,
because that was fucking brilliant. And you knew it was going to be a disaster,
yeah,
but you just got to sit back and watch the car crash, like, and enjoy it.
that was brilliant,
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
I really, Bailey and Io had a great match as well.
Yeah,
Like, just, it's things like that. If you're going to build it, you got to make sure it produces. And I know the Usos didn't produce. It was a difficult night for them in night one. But Bailey and Io just produced like it was just a good match, a good
yeah,
wrestling match. And as long as you produce most of the time, people will come back.
mate. Fucking Bailey literally landed on Io's head with that fucking elbow drop though,
Yeah.
off the top. Fucking landed on her head, dude. Savage.
And there's I know it's not to everyone's taste, but the chaos of the main event I thought was amazing.
Because we knew this is the thing.
You knew it was
You
going to be
knew
chaos.
you knew there was going to be shenanigans. You knew there was going to be stuff that was going on. Didn't really know to what ends it would be and what would happen, but we knew there'd be shenanigans, and there was shenanigans. Taker turning up was a fucking
Yeah.
mad one.
People said, "Oh, it should have been Austin's spot." I don't think it should have been. I don't think it matters. I think take that. As much as you get you get a massive pop off glass breaking, you get that real shock factor from the gong as well, and the lights going out. And
But everyone knows the Undertaker to be the locker room leader, don't they? They know
yeah,
him to be that sort of character where he was in charge of the locker room. And when you've got The Rock saying, I thought the tag team match was good on night one, where
yeah,
you've got The Rock just going, if you count, you're fucking fired. Like literally, like the ref can't do a damn thing in that
yeah,
match. Like he's literally going, no, if you count, you're fucking fired, dude. Like I thought it was good, man. The whole final boss character of The Rock, he's like
it's good.
almost like
Yeah,
Mr. McMahon. Almost.
without the shenanigans. Yeah,
Yeah, but because he's
yeah,
basically like, look, I'm in charge and I do what the fuck I want. And you can't tell me otherwise. I'm on the board. What?
yeah. It's
I'll fire your ass. Okay.
the whole final boss. I mean, the final boss thing is great.
Oh yeah.
Like, let's not get that twisted in any way. The beatdown of Cody on Raw the week before was excellent. And them telling him to wrap it up, and he's like, "No, I'll tell you when I'm finished." He's a he's a fucking he's a megastar. Like, and they're not to steal that from LA Knight, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, night two. I know people thought in their wildest dreams that Moxley or Ambrose was coming out when the Shield music hit. I knew it wasn't coming. Like,
Never.
I was surprised to hear the Shield music, knowing that Rollins was fucked,
Yeah.
but he still sort of made it out to ringside, and he took a chair shot, and then he had to be helped out of the ring like at the end. So
Yeah.
he's either really good, he's really great seller, or he's literally fucked.
Yeah. I think he'll need a bit of time off now.
Yeah,
The cash in was good.
oh, Cashin was great. We saw it coming a mile off. but it was really good. I've enjoyed Priest's work since probably, yeah, just before the Judgment Day, like, tagging with Bad Bunny and stuff like that. And, you knew he was being trusted to do that shit and he had to move up a little bit. The Judgment Day stuff it's good, it's still good, but it's his time. It had
Yeah.
to be his time. Drew will come again. I'm sure he'll get his match in Glasgow.
Yes. Yeah.
Another clash at the castle, this time in Glasgow. But
That's right.
yeah, Drew. Unless Drew and Punk are going to feud over the title, then Drew's going in another direction.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, he's going to feud with Punk. They have laid the groundwork for something really special.
Oh no, he has to feud with Punk.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and that's what Punk can bring to the table. He can bring excellent feuds to the table. If the stuff in the ring isn't that great, then they have to find ways to mask that. But outside the ring, in the build up, in the interviews, in all the chat, like him and MJF, like him and Eddie Kingston, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
He's still got that part of him about him. Whether or not it computes into ring work is another thing, but I'm sure Drew and whoever else that works with Punk can hold it together for him.
And I'm sure Punk can do all right as well. I think he was finding his feet in AEW and he just got injured. When he was in the Royal Rumble again, he's unfortunate,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to good things with Drew and Punk.
Yeah, it's I don't know how far away Punk is from being healthy, though. He didn't really let loose on that interview, did he?
No.
No, which is a shame. Like, it's, hopefully it's sooner rather than later, but I know we're gonna have to go back to AEW on this. How disappointed and a little bit shamed did Renee look when Osprey was cutting that promo?
Did he even really need to mention it?
No, they didn't.
It's like like I said before, Triple H weren't saying anything that was untrue. He was just saying he chose an easier schedule. He didn't want to grind.
We have the breakdown for AEW.
Wow.
880,000 tuned in for the security video for the CCTV footage. I said 950, didn't I? As a guest, like, I'm obviously off. Trying to be positive about it.
Yeah,
800.
you're giving them the benefit of the doubt.
And between that and moving into the next segment with FTR and all that, it drops like just shy of 60,000 viewers. People wanted to see that video, and then they fucked off again because
they were disappointed
the show ended on 723,000.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you're gonna say we're gonna show the footage, you've got to give it some context, and you've got to show more than that. You've got to. A lot of people would have gone away from that and gone, "Ah, fucking idiots, man! They're showing fuck all." And there is footage from people that recorded it on the night where there's CM Punk chants all through the crowd.
Yeah, there is CM Punk chants as the video is being played in the arena.
Yeah.
I think there was like one or two people chanting something about Jack Perry, which is immediately what AEW fans have clung on to.
Yeah.
Oh, there was some people chanting for Jack Perry. No, there was like two people chanting for Jack Perry.
Literally.
Yeah, Jack Perry's family had snuck in and, decided to try and change the narrative or control the narrative. I don't know, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
But no, it's bad. It's so shit.
That's
But yeah,
terrible.
we do have the breakdowns of the ratings right now, and as much, I mean, it starts off at 981, so Big Bang Theory is very popular as to start with. I'm telling you, they're the four pillars, aren't they? Those guys from the Big Bang Theory.
They are, yeah. And 5 including Penny.
Of course. As a ratings grab, it slyly worked, but in the long term, I don't think it is. And if anyone's listening or watching and they've got a different opinion of it, we're welcoming you to tell us otherwise. I do not think that video and the story of 4 years of FTR and the Bucks and Samoa Joe and Swerve and Danielson and Osprey, who's not a draw anyway. It's proven already that Osprey's not a draw. I don't think that is what is going to turn the tide on this company.
No, it ain't. It's same old
Something,
shit.
something can, something can. Of course, it can. You can always find a way. But
MJF.
it's not. It could be MJF. It's not going to be what you've got on the TV right now because people are tuning out. They stayed for that video out of curiosity,
Yeah,
and you've literally punched them in the face with it
yeah.
because it was a nothing video, no sound. I know CCTV majority of the time has no sound. There's no need for anyone to try and correct us on that. Someone did. Sweet Jesus, man. It's yeah, it's a mess. It's a shit video. It proves nothing apart from what CM Punk told you.
Yeah.
And for them to use it as a ratings grab, it does smell of WCW, but WCW didn't pull anything this weird.
No, I
I
mean
know I know they put a pay-per-view main event on because the feed cut out, so they stuck it on Nitro the next night and did a massive rating. Like fair play, you were gonna like they needed
yeah,
to make good on losing the feed for a lot of their viewers. So they
absolutely.
stuck I think it was Goldberg and DDP in 98 on.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was the finish of that. Yeah,
Great for us to watch it, yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, that I think that's about as egregious as it gets for WCW's ratings grabs. I know, even the WWF did it when they said they had Diesel and Razor coming out, and it was, the fake ones.
yeah.
You know, it never works. Why do they insist on trying to pull these shit stunts when it doesn't work? It might give you that boost, quick boost. Is it really that desperate they needed to get 880,000 to watch it so they could say, oh, we got this for this one clip. Okay, you're going to do that every week?
Well, yeah, they are desperate. This is the thing.
I think it is desperate.
They are desperate. Absolutely desperate. It reeks of desperation. So, you know, it was always gonna. They were always gonna end up shooting themselves in the foot. Once they said they were gonna show the footage, whether they then did show the footage or not show the footage, it was always gonna end up shooting themselves in the foot. You know?
Yeah, they couldn't really they backed themselves into a corner because if they did show some sort of weird skit, I think you'd have lost more viewers,
Yeah.
or than you probably will. But they showed this really grainy, pokey CCTV footage, which hilariously enough, because it went over so poorly, AEW have just started to try and pull it down off of everything, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of copyright notices
Yeah.
to a lot of people, including Ariel Helwani. Oh man, like what a mess.
Yeah. It's a mess. They've started, copyright striking
Don
people that
Don
are showing
Stevens
the.
is out and in force. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. But hey, you know, we've said this that the AEW is not. It's an absolute fucking circus, you know. So
And I wish a lot of people would have believed us when we said it the first time and realized we weren't grandstanding. We weren't looking to, cause a stir with some outrageous, controversial, behavior or commentary. It is genuinely how we felt and genuinely what we were seeing
yeah,
was that it was inmates running an asylum with a boss that just cannot get it done,
no,
cannot run that place.
and in basically doesn't want to. He doesn't want to upset people. He doesn't want to do his job, and we've said this. He's been incapable of doing the job, and that's why it's going to shit, and it will always go to shit. So, let him fucking do it, man. We've stuck to our guns, and we've just been reporting on what we've seen, and we'll continue to do that. But again, all we're seeing is just reiterating what we've said from the start, that the place is a fucking circus run by clowns. No one's fucking. It's terribly booked. The product is fucking awful most of the time, and it's people just having a fucking lark. You know,
What more can we say?
that's it.
Like, we don't want to keep repeating ourselves. I know we probably have in the course of this video, and of course of saying that Tony Khan's pussy, all that
Yeah,
stuff,
that's right.
because it's what we believe and what we've seen, like, and what we've heard.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know what else we can say about this one. WrestleMania weekend was great.
Yep.
AEW have had a not so great week,
Yeah.
and they're looking forward to, was it Dynasty,
Yes.
with the big Danielson and Osprey match. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure the
Yeah.
match will be fine.
Yeah.
It'll get 1 billion stars. It'll really impress the marks in the arena. It will go over well, on pay-per-view too. But Bryan Danielson hasn't been a draw since WrestleMania 30. And, we have just hit WrestleMania 40.
Yep.
I really understand what Tony's trying to do. I'll give Bryan Danielson the best wrestling year. Like, he gets to work in Mexico, he gets to work in Japan and all that. But don't try and tell us you're running a business.
That's right. When you're not.
No, why even run pay-per-views?
Don't piss on our heads and tell us it's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why even do pay-per-views?
Yeah.
Why not just let people in the building for free?
Yeah.
You might need to if you can't fucking sell these arenas. Like, I don't know, man. I think TNA has always been run as a better business.
And TNA has almost gone bankrupt multiple times as well. So that says a lot.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Right, before we go, let's talk about Rafe. If you want to be a part of the Rafe revolution that we are bringing about to you guys, some excellent energy drinks at a fraction of the cost of what you buy in the shops. Use our code GRAPPLE. I will put the link in the description as I do, and get yourself some sweet, sweet drinks to go with a sweet cup. If you want a cup, get a cup too.
I've got sparkling water in my one today.
Oh, what in your drink?
Yes.
Okay.
Bloody lovely.
Well, there you go. Change it up. Put a bit of sparkling in there.
That's right. If you need that fizz, do it.
Yeah.
Bloody lovely.
If you want to hit up, Rafe Energy, get yourself a nice drink, or 10. Link is in the description. Hit the use the code GRAPPLE, 10% off your order.
Right. They're always giving away free shit as well. Go on there, put your order on. You can click on there to add like loads of free samples, so you can try loads of other flavors. They're really good with that. So yeah, click the link, use the promo code GRAPPLE, get yourself a 10% off. Treat yourself, help out the show. Great stuff.
That's it. It did help out the show. If you are looking for the latest CM Punk merchandise, you can use our WWE code as well.
That's right.
That helps the show link too. The affiliate link is there. CM Punk's very big right now.
He is.
Where was I? I can't remember now.
Signing off.
Yeah. Well, no, we need to say a few thank yous before we go.
Okay.
Let's start with Ireland.
Oh, dude, yes.
What the fuck is going on?
They love the crack, bro. They gotta love the crack of these boys.
I could not believe my eyes when I saw 2 days ago, yesterday, that for some insane reason in the Irish wrestling podcast charts, Apple Podcasts, we were fucking 5th.
Yeah.
Top 5.
5 time.
How the fuck does that happen?
Because you keep grinding. You know what I mean?
That's right. We cannot thank our Irish listeners enough for getting us to that point. We are absolutely stunned that we have seen this, and like we couldn't believe it ourselves. If someone would have told us that, oh, you're 5th in the Irish charts, we'd have laughed at you and said, no, all right, mate. But no, and also not only that, but being in the Irish, Apple Podcast sports chart, the main one. So in there with all the overlap and all that stuff, Pat McAfee's show, and all, we were in tune with all of those other shows. Like, it's insane.
Right, it's insane.
Can't thank you guys enough. Stick around for the crack.
That's right. Thank you, Ireland. Thank you so much.
It would be rude of us not to mention Australia, our very own UK, and briefly the USA.
That's right.
We're out of the USA charts now, but we are still sitting pretty in the British and Australian charts. So good day to you guys.
Yes,
we appreciate you guys more than you could imagine. Friends and family, that's what we are. That's
right.
So with that, I guess we could say good night and farewell.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Chris is going to go for a lay down.
I'm going to bed, mate. I am absolutely cream crackered, as they say. But yes, had to do this, had to comment on what's been going on, had to comment on WrestleMania, had to comment on the madness that is AEW, but we will be back. Thank you for checking all of our interviews. Our last interview with John Finkel was fantastic.
Yeah.
A little add to that. We said that his book comes out on the 2nd of April. That was the American release. The UK release is the 2nd of May, because I tried to buy it yesterday and I couldn't.
Okay.
And it was only on pre-order. So
Naughty.
yes, so UK 2nd of May is available. In America, 2nd of April. Might have to get on to John, see if he can get us a couple of bootlegs. You know, get us a couple straight from Mr. Finkel. Fantastic guy, great interview. Check it out. His book's been doing bits as well. People are loving
Very
it.
good, yeah.
And you saw him almost first on this show. So, yeah, great stuff.
Cutting his Macho Man promos.
Absolutely. Without his glasses, yeah.
So if you are listening, please, you know, on Apple, give us a 5-star rating. It helps us. We'll appreciate you forever for it. If you're watching, you know, there's a little bell there somewhere. Tickle it, slap it, punch it.
Slap the bell. We ain't said that for a good while.
Do what you got to do.
Oh, suits you, sir. Oh,
slap the bell. Enjoy what we're doing here. And like, it's been a fun week, hasn't it?
Oh, it has been good, man. It's been great catching up on all the fucking wildness going on. So yeah, been loving it, dude.
So for now, we say thank you, Ireland. Thank you, Australia. Thank you, UK. Thank you, USA. God, guys, we love you so much. Thank you to everyone that's sticking around, listening and watching. I'm JB. Next to me is the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts. The ill one himself, Mr. Chris Dredd. Guys, take care. We'll see you next time.
Peace.